here pretty much every morning having my coffee for the last 2 weeks since I poured this because I have no idea how to salvage it. Because the reality is this is probably, I don't know, $50, $60, euros worth of paint, canvas. I mean, it's a 50 by 100 centimeter canvas, deep edge. It's not cheap. And now there's all the paint that's on it. So I'm like, could I still somehow put a face in here and make something magical happen up here? I honestly don't know. So I'm gonna keep drinking my coffee and contemplate whether or not this is actually salvageable. Fingers crossed, I don't know. We'll do a recap how I got here, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do here and fix all of that. Let's see what we can do. So as you can see, I decided this time not only to go with a split base, but a quad base, I guess you'd want to call it. I thought it would add a little bit more of an interesting color through the blowout. So I thought, you know, let's just give it a shot. The only thing I did sort of regret, at least initially, was how the ochre slid into the Naples yellow light, but I kind of just went with it. I didn't bother scraping it. I thought, you know what, let's just see what happens. I'm going for a variation in the head blowout anyway, so you know, who cares? Let's just wing it while we go, because that's kind of pretty much how I roll. I pretty much wing everything. I turn back up the music and I'll come back with a little bit more information as we keep going along here. what, I'm not going to bother to put the lip in, you know, because I need to get like an even color over the whole thing. And a lot of people often ask what kind of, you know, how I do the face. I just use two colors, titanium buff, I think it is, buff light. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. And Artist Loft burnt umber. That's it. I use those two colors, and then I use some blending gel, and we're kind of just done. Yeah, we're done. However, somebody did ask if I could do like a tutorial of how I blend and paint. You know, I just kind of wing it. I just keep adding layer upon layer upon layer, coloring, coloring, and coloring until I get something that I think resembles a human being. I don't know I'm gonna say that. But yeah, so the first thing I have to do obviously is I need to get a really solid opaque paint down, because there's some deep copper there and some navy blue that all have to be covered up. So I need a really strong opaque paint. So that's why I use the titanium buff white, I think it's called, or titanium buff, doesn't matter. So that's what I do initially. And then once I get that all in, then I can start doing the blending and the shading and coloring and drawing the lip. And that's pretty much why I didn't put the lip in initially, because I'm like, you know, I end up trying to work around it all the time so I can remember kind of where I wanted to put it, but then it just keeps getting in the way and I can't get a nice even on the face every time. And there's my dog Henry. Yeah, he's very needy this whole time I was painting, but hey, it is what it is. So I'll come back in a little bit and talk some more. Okay, and at this point I've got enough of a face in that I can kind of get a feel for, you know, I got a bit of a lip and I can deal with the rest of this, because this was the part that was really bothering me this entire time. Was this on the, what is this, right where my hand is? I don't know that my right from my left, but here the color wasn't so vibrant the way that I blew it out. It was really kind of faded and I needed more power there and I didn't know what else to do, and that's why I struggled for so long. Like, do I put in an ear? What do I do? So I'm actually going to go in with a paintbrush and attempt to color in that area, make it a little bit more vibrant. I'm sorry that the camera quality isn't so great. There's a huge glare coming from above from the lights. Yeah, I have that problem a lot. I got to invest in some new lighting and figure this out. But for now, it is what it is. So yeah, this was a bit of a struggle. So I'm going to go in and hand embellish and color it in and kind of make it look like it's part of the Dutch pour. I don't know. I'll show you a close up at the end when it's all said and done, and you can see for yourself kind of how I did it. But yeah, I tried to mix it like watery enough that it was almost like a watercolor, and kind of just pushed it around with the paintbrush, if that makes sense to anybody that's watching this, because I didn't want any brush strokes, because that's what the nice thing about having a fluid art head. I can't believe I just said that, as opposed to a brush stroked thing on top of her face. Anyhow, I'm gonna stop talking, turn back up the music, and I'll meet you back at the end with the dried result. I know I said I was going to leave you alone and come in at the dried result, but I just want to stop here for a second and kind of explain this. So this is Pisidian Grotto. They are mica flakes by ColourArte, and they're very, very cool. I love them. And all I'm doing is I'm using a gel medium. I'm going to, well, actually I'm not doing that yet. Here we go. I'm going to lay down the gel medium, and then I'm going to put the little flakes over top. That will help them adhere to the canvas. And then once I get them all down, I'm actually going to go over top of them with a paintbrush, but the only thing that's on my paintbrush is the gel medium as well. And it
the vibrancy it brings up of the mica flakes is like unbelievable. And I've mentioned it before and I'll say it again. I'm a ColourArte affiliate. You can use my discount code, or my affiliate code, which is down in the description below. And you can buy the mica flakes from ColourArte, as well as all of the colors. A lot of them, and I'll list them again in the description, are primary elements, pigments, or they are Prism Pour, along with my typical Amsterdam tube paint.
Welcome back. I don't know what to think. I thought originally I was going to embellish the head a little bit more, but I kind of like the chaos in her mind because it's very familiar to me. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that. So I am going to take you in for a close-up to kind of show you some of the cool stuff that I did. Obviously, as always, I love the lip. I am going to take you in and do like a close-up here just to kind of show you, because that's where I had to kind of paint a Dutch pour. I guess you could call it. And then the awesomeness of this. I know it's not a lot this time, but these moon rocks, and this one is Poseidon Grotto. I absolutely love them. Anyway, and as always, I'm a ColourArte affiliate. You can go down in the description box below and you can use my affiliate code. I think it's Tiffany Remijn 722, and you can get 20% off your order at ColourArte. So anyway, let me take you in for a close-up because it is, I really like her. Yeah, I'm not sad. Oh, you know, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just gonna take you in for a close-up. This is her lip. Let's have a look at that. So here's the lip. So I tried to make a kissing lip, puckering. She's all puckered up. So this is a puckered up lip. I didn't think it turned out too bad, considering I've only done kind of one of these before. And this is the area that I had to kind of fix because it was kind of blank and it didn't have anything. So either A, I had the choice, right? I could draw in an ear and maybe an eye or whatever I had to do. And I really didn't want to do that. I didn't think I did too bad as far as kind of freehanding a Dutch pour. And then this time I did the little kind of cut in a little bit to kind of make it a little bit more clean around her face. And then the piece of resistance. Oh, and then let's just talk quickly about the primary elements and the Prism pour that's all up in her head. I'll list all the description of the colors down below, but like they're super pretty. If only I could pick up the bit of the shimmer that kind of radiates through the top of her head. It dried really, really well, by the way. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I can't complain. I debated whether or not I wanted to kind of color this creamy color, and I think that's Naples Yellow Light. I debated. I don't know. My husband said leave it, so I did. I don't know why he won that argument, but he did. And then let's just come down here quickly. Oh, and I also thought about kind of coloring this in, but I just kind of left it. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it's supposed to represent. She looks like she's got a bit of an afro, if I'm honest. And then here's the moon rocks, and get a load of these things. So I put them on with like a gel medium. So I put the gel medium down first, as you saw me do in the video, and then I just place the rocks over top, and then it kind of sticks them down, and then I put the gel medium over top of them, and it gave them this really beautiful effect. Stunning. So I'm gonna just stick you in here real quick and have a look at how pretty those are. And I love the variation of the color. Like, I couldn't paint that. Just like, you know, I couldn't paint abstract flowers on her head, but without using fluid art, there's no way I could ever achieve that with a paintbrush. You know, I don't care what you think about that. Like, there's no way I could have done all of that. Yeah, as much as I'd like to dream that I could. But let me know what you think about the quadruple base that I did. I'd like to know that down in the comments. And if you like my content, please like, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know next time I post the next video. And in case you missed it, I've also done one of these as a Dutch pour blowout, and I'll put that over here for you to watch. She looks like